Young Thug is currently standing trial for RICO charges and is behind bars following his arrest in May 2022. Anyone who has been in the slammer knows that it's no holiday. However, Young Thug's lawyer had fans worried after he revealed that the famous rapper has been held under inhumane conditions at the jailhouse. How did the prolific rapper end up here? Is his prison cell security that bad? Did his longtime friend Gunna snitch on him? Was Young Thug involved in a daring drug deal in court? And how was Lil Wayne tied up in all this? Stick around as I take you on the journey that will reveal this and so much more. How Young Thug ended up in jail. Rap music is famous for gangs, beef, and crime. The hip-hop scene is notorious for criminal activity, from violence-ridden lyrics to gang-affiliated shootings. According to authorities, in Atlanta, Georgia, Young Thug's crew, Young Stoner Life, or Young Slime Life, YSL, is a well-known criminal street gang involved in multiple crimes. Young Thug, Gunna, and 26 others were named gang members in a grand jury indictment. This street gang reportedly emerged in Atlanta in 2012, with Thug as its founder. It is widely believed that YSL is affiliated with the National Bloods gang. After working as an imprint of 300 Entertainment, the rapper launched Young Stoner Life in 2016. The artists signed to YSL Records are called the Slime Family. Rappers Lil Duke, Yak Gotti, and Thug's brother, Unfoonk, were also indicted on the RICO charges. The prosecutor claims that the gang committed numerous crimes: murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, theft, drug selling, carjacking, and witness intimidation are some of the 56 charges leveled against YSL members in the indictment. The indictment notably paints Young Thug as a mob leader, accusing him of numerous offenses, some of which he is not being prosecuted for. You see, the law in Georgia is much like federal law when dealing with gangs such as YSL. It was specifically created to catch large criminal organizations like the Mafia. With Young Thug's portrayal as a mob leader, the authorities will surely deal with this case more seriously. Although Thug is not being prosecuted for overt activities, such as possessing methamphetamine with the intent to distribute and threatening to kill a guy at the mall, they boasted the claim that the group was involved in criminal conspiracy. The murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang leader, in January 2015 had also been linked to Thug, who allegedly rented a 2014 Infiniti Q50 car from Hertz that was used in the crime. In connection with Donovan Thomas's killing, 5 YSL members, including Yak Gotti, were arrested and charged with murder. After his initial arrest on May 9th, police reportedly raided Young Thug's home in Buckhead and charged him with 7 new offenses. The additional charges included 3 counts of being an employee or associate of a criminal street gang, with the intent to conduct or participate in criminal gang activity through the commission of a crime. The authorities located Gunna on May 11th and arrested him for various crimes, with racketeering at the top of the list. The indictment claims that he had stolen items and was in possession of drugs such as marijuana, methamphetamine, and hydrocodone with the purpose of distributing them. After hearing many bond requests from Thug and Gunna, the judge denied all of them, citing safety concerns and the risk of witness intimidation and further criminal behavior. The prosecution claimed that witnesses were threatened by Thug and his friends, and that they feared for their own lives and the lives of their loved ones should they testify. However, after Gunna was denied bond for the second time, his lawyer was up in arms, protesting the decision and terming it unfair. The prosecution again produced no evidence at all. Instead, it chose to rely on vague and non-specific allegations and speculation through the prosecutor's statements alone. Gunna deserves better from our justice system. Another of his lawyers stated, "There have been many allegations that there are threats to witnesses, and to date, we have received no discovery, not a single shred of evidence from a witness who was actually threatened." Although many thought the rapper would remain behind bars until his trial, he was released December 14th. Did Gunna confess to the crimes? Did he betray his fellow YSL members? Gunna's confession. Loyalty is key in the rap game, and even more so in gangs. Snitches are often despised, hated, and in some cases, killed. I guess it's true what they say, snitches get stitches. This is evident in Bobby Shmurda's case, as he refused to snitch and instead offered to take a plea deal for his homie Rowdy Rebel to serve less time in jail. One must look no further than rapper 6ix9ine's destroyed reputation in the hip-hop industry for ratting out his crew to avoid jail time. After Gunna's release from jail, as the gang is ongoing, he has been treated with a lot of suspicion in the hip-hop community. Rappers like Bobby Shmurda, who can be termed as the anti-snitch general, have become vocal to the extent of releasing records on the issue. In his song, Rats, released amid the controversy, Shmurda raps, "Heard you snitching on all of your friends, took a plea deal, left the streets real, but left your dog in that pen, that pain don't never end." He also says, "Man, all y'all niggas switched, it's lit, man, all y'all rap, most of y'all some rat, all y'all chit chat, However, Gunna did not confess to the crimes, nor did he snitch on his crew. Instead, he entered an Alford plea. In criminal proceedings, a defendant may negotiate a plea agreement by pleading guilty but still maintaining their innocence using an Alford plea. The defendant in an Alford plea does not admit guilt, but instead admits that the prosecution has shown enough evidence to convict them. The accused can retain their innocence and protect themselves from the stigma of pleading guilty by entering an Alford plea and therefore avoiding a possible heavier punishment if convicted at trial. However, Gunna did plead guilty to 1 count of racketeering conspiracy and was released after his sentence was reduced to time served. In a press statement regarding the Alford plea, the rapper stated, "I have chosen to end my own RICO case with an Alford plea to end my personal ordeal by publicly acknowledging my association with YSL. An Alford plea in my case is the entry of a guilty plea to 1 charge against me, which is in my best interest while at the same time maintaining my innocence toward the same charge. I love and cherish my association with YSL Music and always will. I look at this as an opportunity to give back to my community and educate young men and women that gangs and violence only lead to destruction." Some members of the hip-hop scene are unhappy with the deal he made with the authorities, even though he did not legally confess. In a recently released video of the plea hearing, the rapper admits that he is a member of YSL and confirms that the group acts in part like a gang. However, he maintained that his association with YSL was purely music. While talking to the press, the rapper said, "When I became affiliated with YSL in 2016, I did not consider it a gang, more like a group of people into Metro Atlanta who had common interests and artistic aspirations. My focus of YSL was entertainment, rap artists who wrote and performed music that exaggerated and glorified urban life in the black community. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way." In a recent post, Lil Durk may have suggested that Gunna was telling on YSL, which adds fuel to the fire. Gunna continues to face harsh criticism for taking the Alford plea, with rappers like Polo G, Lil Baby, and Meek Mill allegedly unfollowing him on Instagram. While Gunna's actions were in his best interest, they may have a negative impact on other YSL members who have not taken the plea. It will be interesting to see how events regarding Gunna unfold on this front as the case continues. All that rap fans hope for is that he doesn't get stitches. Other people involved. Gunna was not the only one to take a plea deal. In late December, 7 members of the gang also received their freedom. As part of their plea deals, the defendants admitted that YSL was a criminal street gang as well as a music group. By pleading guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to violate the state's RICO Act, YSL co-founder Walter Murphy received a 10-year jail term. In the agreement, he received 9 years of probation and had 1 year of his sentence converted to time already served. Many more rappers, including Unfunk, Lil Duke, Antonio Sumlin, Slime Life Shawty, Trontavious Stevens, and Antonio Sledge, have made similar deals, with some of them pleading guilty to further crimes. For their part, Sledge and Stevens must give honest testimony if they are brought to trial. To no one's surprise, 2 members of the gang, Durante Beebe and Tenquarius Mender, were offered plea bargains but turned them down. I guess they'd rather spend time in jail than rat out their homies. Use of lyrics as evidence. Law enforcement officials use a variety of methods to gather evidence against suspects, from wiretapping to old-school detective work. Gathering evidence remains tough for police officers. However, as bizarre as it sounds, hip-hop artists have been found guilty of crimes, with lyrics from their records serving as evidence against them in court. The use of rap lyrics to incriminate hip-hop artists is nothing new, even though some experts have argued that doing so can be a violation of free speech. Mac Phipps, a famous rapper from Louisiana, was successfully charged with second-degree murder back in 2000. He served 21 years in prison for the death of a 19-year-old after a shooting at a nightclub. Apart from eyewitness testimonies, prosecutors presented the rapper's lyrics such as "pull the trigger, put a bullet in your head" against him in court. Other rappers who've had their lyrics used as evidence against them in court include Bobby Shmurda, Boosie, Draco the Ruler, and 6ix9ine. While Boosie and Draco the Ruler were acquitted, the others were not so lucky. Prosecutors have used multiple songs in the YSL case as proof of gang membership and racketeering. Evidence of guilt from rap lyrics was deemed admissible in court in Maryland in January 2021. Major artists in the hip-hop industry have been vocal against this law and made a statement by coming out in favor of Senate Bill 7527, also known as Rap Music on Trial, a proposed law in New York. The bill would restrict the use of song lyrics during prosecution and recognize rap music as a form of artistic expression. According to people in support of the new law, using rap lyrics as evidence in court would transform the criminal justice system into instruments for suppressing provocative speech. They They also claim that it goes against the basic principle that a criminal case should be tried based on the facts, not on a person's likelihood of committing a crime. Some of the songs included as evidence include Slime and Original Slime by Young Thug featuring Yak Gotti. In Original Slime, the rapper sings Murder Gang and YSL Until We're Dead and Pale. Prosecutors claim that the artist threw up YSL gang signs to these lyrics on social media. In the 2018 song Anybody by Young Thug featuring Nicki Minaj, the rapper sings, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. And I told them to shoot 100 rounds. However, Young Thug denied ever killing anyone. In the song Bad Boy by Juice WRLD featuring Young Thug, the lyrics read, I shot at his mommy, now he no longer mention me. And I had on Markiellos when I shot it. Act like you want war and they gon' smoke you like a blunt. On the track, Just How It Is, Young Thug sings, gave the lawyer close to $2 million. He handles all the killings. And we don't speak about on wax. We know to kill, the biggest cats of all kittens. In Mob Ties by Unfoonk featuring 24 Heavy and Slime Life Shouted, the artists say, could play with Unfoonk, get hogtied. Play with Unfoonk, then they all die. Talking about knocking off your big homie, even his small fry. Why would I lie? Every around me wicked. Like, why would I lie? Slime ball like yeah. And why would I lie? Got mob ties. Prosecutors claim that the accused rappers flashed gang signs to the lyrics in the song. Take It to Trial by Young Thug, Yak Gotti, and Gunna is also in the indictment as rappers sing, for slimes you know, I kill, trial. I done beat it twice, state. I'm undefeated like feds came and snatched me. Don't know? No point in asking. I was on Blevland, stuck like a magnet. I shot at your mommy, need to stand down. I up my stamina. Take it to trial, get an appeal, take it to trial. Yeah, gon' whack him. Pay for that casket. That's if we whack him. And watch me whack that pop him like sis. Glock with the assist. Lastly, the indictment includes Young Thug and Gunna's track Ski, where the rappers sing, I with slats, and we come to eat rats. And I came with some piranhas. Lil Wayne involved. When you think this case can't get any crazier, Lil Wayne's name pops up. Everyone remembers the rapper from his Young Money days and his father-son relationship with fellow rapper Birdman. However, their relationship turned sour, leading to a public fallout. According to the indictment, Birdman and his newest talent at the time, rapper Young Thug, plotted Lil Wayne's murder. The duo's involvement in the case of Young Thug's former road manager Pee Wee Roscoe is related to the drive-by shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus in Georgia, in which, thankfully, no one was hurt. The authorities found and arrested Winfrey on charges related to the shooting, but the indictment hints that Birdman and Young Thug may have ordered him to kill Lil Wayne. Roscoe was named in the YSL indictment, although he was previously sentenced to 10 years in prison for the shooting incident and has already served his full term. As more information is released, the case has revealed skeletons in people's closets. Attempted court drug deal. Young Thug cannot seem to catch a break. The prosecutors claim that Young Thug was given a Percocet pill in open court, which is a serious crime. Co-accused Khalif Adams allegedly passed the drug to Young Thug in an interaction caught on surveillance cameras in the courtroom. Talk about being gangster. His lawyer flatly dismissed the charges. In a press statement, his lawyer said, the end result of an investigation into yesterday's incident was that Mr. Williams was cleared of any wrongdoing. Jail conditions. Everybody knows that jail is nowhere close to a vacation in Hawaii. After all, it is designed to punish lawbreakers if anything. Hardship and poor living conditions are expected in a jail. However, this did not stop Young Thug and his lawyer from making public that the rapper's living conditions in jail were inhumane. In a statement to the press, the rapper's lawyer claimed that his client was being held in a windowless cement compartment. He added that the cell only had a bed, toilet, and overhead light that remained on the whole day, causing Young Thug sleepless nights and depriving him of rest or meditation. According to the attorney, his client could not access any social media, including the internet, shower, or even exercise. He equated Young Thug's prison experience to solitary confinement. In an Instagram post, Gunna put up the caption, 22 and 2, just a bed and a shower, no windows, just walls. Can't see or talk to anyone. This confirmed his lawyer's public claims about his jail conditions. This, of course, caused public outrage, especially from the hip-hop and black communities. Civil rights organizations such as the Southern Christian Leadership Conference also got involved in the case. In an effort to fan the flames, the Cobb County Sheriff's Office invited WSB-TV to visit the jail and confirm that the allegations brought up by the rapper were false. According to the Cobb County Sheriff's Office, they wanted to show the public that they were not doing anything they did not want them to see. The jail's officials did confirm that Young Thug was being kept in isolation. However, they noted that it was for his safety since he was a high-profile individual. Although the camera crew was not given access to the rapper's actual jail cell, they were shown a similar one. True to Young Thug's claims, the cell had very little space place for one to exercise. Despite this, he was not treated any differently from other inmates, as they were subjected to the same rules. The question is, are the rules in Cobb County Jail too harsh for the inmates? The Cobb County Jail complex where Young Thug is currently being held is located in Marietta, Georgia. First opened in 1832, the jail is an immediate management jail and is worked and overseen by the Marietta Sheriff's Office. The jail complex can hold up to 340 detainees and is fully equipped with clothing, a kitchen, and clinical administrators. The jail also has a video court for bond hearings, first appearances, and arraignments. Anyone could acknowledge that the jail facility does not sound so bad. It has basic faculties that would ensure detainees are well looked after. But what about the jail's rules? Are they any worse? Visitation. While in jail, having visitors is considered a luxury afforded to inmates. Therefore, inmates may be denied such privileges from time to time. Visits to Cobb County Jail Complex may be denied, renounced, or restricted if the visit would jeopardize the well-being, security, or high demand of Cobb County Jail Complex. Additionally, the benefit may be denied when visitation rules are not followed. Visitation benefits are also ended or suspended for improper conduct. It seems that the benefit is awarded to inmates who behave themselves. Visits to the facility are scheduled on any day of the week, except Wednesdays. They take place between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. The jail's inmates are limited to one visit per week. While this would seem unreasonable, the Sheriff's Office noted that these rules were put in place to comply with CDC guidelines to help curb the spread of COVID-19 to inmates. However, before these rules were implemented, inmates would receive up to 4 prisoners at a go. Additionally, the visits lasted 30 minutes. However, the visitation area does not allow items such as cigarettes, phones, food, and drinks. While there are restrictions regarding normal visits, they do not apply to professional visits. Such visits are not limited in terms of their frequency. Phone calls and mail. Apart from friends and family visits, inmates are also allowed phone calls. However, they cannot receive incoming phone calls. Cobb County Jail inmates with no disciplinary restrictions are allowed to place phone calls every day at specific times, proving that inmates held at the jail have access to the outside world. Using U.S. mail services, inmates can easily get mail from their loved ones. However, the prison staff always examines the contents of the letters. Other than letters, loved ones can only send photos and greeting cards. Cobb County Jail often returns any mail that is deemed offensive, sexually explicit, or that may pose a risk to the facility's security back to the sender. Inmates at the jail can also receive reading materials such as books and magazines from publishers and online distributors. Scandals. Seeing these rules and regulations would quickly rule that the jail is an inmate's paradise. Wrong. Over the years, Cobb County Jail has been riddled with numerous scandals. In 2020, a man died in custody after the jail staff failed to treat him while he needed medical services. The man, Kavil Wingo, was arrested and booked into the jail on cocaine possession charges. He was housed in the jail's infirmary for 3 days to undergo a drug detox. 4 days later, he experienced sweating, abdominal pain, and vomiting. He asked if he could go to the hospital, but the nurses and deputies refused to call for an ambulance and did not take him to the hospital. A similar case happened the same year to 54-year-old Reginald Wilson, a mentally ill man who died of dehydration while in custody. His family has since filed a complaint which alleges that Wilson was never assessed by the jail psychiatrist while he was incarcerated, despite showing signs of psychosis. There have been more cases such as this, causing residents, relatives, local activists, and civil rights organizations to voice their disapproval of the jail's medical care for inmates and staffing levels in response to their deaths. Earlier this year, a deputy at the jail was fired and arrested after beating up an inmate at the jail while he was moving him to another part of the jail. Considering these cases, is there any reason for Young Thug to worry? While he may not have any disclosed medical conditions, it is safe to say that his prison living conditions may not be inhumane, as he puts. Although, given that jail's scandalous history, he should be very careful. However, tell us in the comments section what you think. Which conditions do you think are too harsh for the rapper? Music industry reaction. In general, the people in the hip-hop community have come out to show their support for Young Thug and Gunna, especially in using rap lyrics as evidence in court. Hip-hop is not respected as an art because black people in this country are not recognized as full human beings. Killer Mike, a famous rapper, said in a recent interview, "They'll be knocking on your door next if we let the courts prosecute these men for making up characters and making up stories they tell in rhymes." Several rappers, including Drake, have addressed the issue in their songs. In his song Sticky, Drake sings, "Somebody's getting paid and free Big Slime out the cage." In the music video for his track Falling Back, Drake also used the phrase "Free YSL." While the case against YSL continues, more drama is set to unfold. New enemies will be made, truths uncovered, and battle lines drawn. All that hip-hop fans hope is that Young Thug doesn't try to get handed a perk beer in clear view of the cameras in court again. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to watch more of this content, be sure to click on one of the boxes on your screen.